Right. Welcome. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to make 10 times what you're currently making as a copywriter. And the catch is, actually it's not even a fucking catch. The difference is you won't need to do any more outreach, okay? And this isn't bullshit. If you've watched me before, you'll know I don't fucking lie. It's absolutely the truth. I figured this out and I just thought I'd fucking share it because there is a way that you can exponentially increase the amount of money you make as a copywriter without doing more outreach. Typically, if you're watching this and you're like, I want to make more money as a copywriter, that usually means the prerequisite is that you have to do more outreach. And I figured out a way to sort of just eliminate that bullshit part of the entire equation, okay? So this isn't a trick, pay attention, because it's kind of common knowledge, but a lot of you don't fucking even think about it. So I'm just having to make an entire video about it. So listen, it might change your life. Right, how's this work? Okay, sweet. Now, the reason I'm making this video is because I'm quite introspective. Like, I'm on the other side of the curtain, right? So if there's a curtain between, you know, like you trying to make money as a copywriter and then me, who's made loads of money as a copywriter, there's a veil between the two of us. And if I had to peek over the veil and I had to redo the entire process, I'm thinking, what would I change? If hindsight was possible, what would I do differently to really expedite the entire process? And what I'm about to tell you, I would have done fucking immediately. No questions, okay? There's a few things I would definitely change. This is one of them, all right? Now, the reason is because, you know, like I've done this for 15 months now, okay? I've almost made $1 million doing it, so I fucking know my shit. And some things, I just kick myself in the bollocks because I'm like, why didn't you just do that at the beginning? And you're gonna kick yourself in the bollocks as well once I show you because it's something no one's doing. And once you are the guy that does it, it's gonna make the whole thing a lot easier and you're just gonna fly past the competition, okay? Now, everyone, I mean, you're watching this, so I'm going to assume you as well. Everyone at the moment is trying to become a copywriter, okay? I'm going to give it to myself. Literally, there are so many people trying to become copywriters. Everyone's DM inbox is just getting full of twats like you and used to be twats like me, just constantly pitching, endlessly. Hi, do you need a copywriter? Hi, do you need a copywriter? Just pitch from agency owners, businesses, models. I know fucking OF girls that are getting pitched copywriting. Oh, I can write your fucking description better and shit. Everywhere. You're absolutely everywhere, okay? And quite understandably, because I was the same, your number one desire is outreach. You want to know how to crack outreach. And the reason you want to do that is because if you do outreach, you get clients, and if you get clients, you get paid, right? That's the general logic. I think we can all agree, okay? And the problem with that is, which I didn't see at the time, which I guarantee you don't really see right now, but I now see, because like I said, I'm on the other side of the fucking veil, which I didn't see at the time, is that it's doing more detriment to yourself and the entire industry than it's doing any good. Your obsession with outreach is ultimately going to be your demise, and it's going to be the reason you don't succeed. Because you're too fucking abrasive, you're too fucking dick happy, you're getting ahead of yourself too much, okay? And because of that, it means you're developing shit skills. Remember, copywriting is a skill. Like, sure, you get paid to do it, but ultimately, bottom down, when you get to the fucking knuckles and cracks of it, it's a skill. And what people are doing is, they're just ignoring the fact it's a skill, jumping straight to fucking outreach, and people are getting annoyed because all the copywriters that pitch them are shit. Does that make sense? And like I said, it's developing shit skills, which is leading to shit writers, aka you, aka used to be me, because I was doing it at the same time. But it's all of you you're just not good enough. You're doing outreach too quickly, and it's leading to shit writers, okay? And what that's doing is it's inflating the number of people in the industry, and not only inflating it, inflating all the shit people in the industry. Like, I'm telling you now, if I get 10 DMs from 10 copywriters, I guarantee 9 of them are shit. 9, fucking 90%, okay? Now, the reason for that is because, like I said, you're just too dick happy, okay? And you're all awful. Like, I'm not gonna lie, all right? A lot of people on this app are gonna fucking give you hope and promise and all this prosperous nonsense shit, fuck bullshit, and give you all these hopes and dreams. I'm telling you now, the chances are you're shit at writing, okay? It's fine, I can say that. It doesn't benefit me or negatively affect me in any way. But you're shit at writing. And because you're shit at writing, while you're doing outreach, it's just negatively benefiting you. And I get this all the time, okay? And I'll tell you why, because I have loads of friends, okay? And all my friends are rich and they all run businesses. They either run real world businesses, agencies, they're consultants, they're coaches, whatever you want to fucking call it. And whenever they get pitched by copywriters, guess what they do? They message me and they go, Tom, I'm sick, I'm sick and fucking tired of getting these shit copywriters messaging me all day, every day. And like, this is an example. This is my mate Luke, runs an agency. It's like 19 years old, does like 50 grand a month. And within literally two fucking hours of one another, he's getting a new copywriter trying to climb up his leg, get into his pants and take him to bed. Fucking all the time. And he's just sick and tired of it. And he's just like, bruv, all the copywriters that are fucking pitching me are just super annoying and shit. And it got me thinking, and I was like, because he needs a copywriter. He's coming to me. All these guys are coming to me and they're like, do you have a copywriter? And I send a couple of people off. But they still get pitched, and they get pitched from people and they're just shit. And that's why you're not getting any clients, because you're not good enough yet. And you know, people are sick and tired of it. And I sat there and I thought, okay, how can we negate that issue? Because, you know, it's all good doing loads of outreach, but no one wants your fucking work. You're not good enough. And so I put 2 and 2 together and I've come up with this solution, because I'm a genius, okay? And I understand you want clients, all right? I get it, okay? I was you. I remember my first month, I was learning and outreaching at the same time. And I probably did more outreach than I learned, because that's the ultimate goal, right? You're watching this and you hate your life or you have a shit job, cool, whatever, I get it. But you want clients, that's your ultimate priority. I'll get a little bit good at the skill and then I'll just start outreaching like a fucking slave until I eventually get a client. I get it, because clients pay you and that's how you change your life. But that's ultimately detrimenting you, okay? And I'm gonna say it again to get into your fucking head. It's ultimately gonna be a detriment to your success. And the reason for that is because you're just not good enough to start actually getting clients, okay? Now, although this is shit, and although you're watching this and you're probably thinking, brilliant, I've done all this outreach, Tom's told me to do all this fucking outreach, and it's basically for nothing. Although that is a shit scenario, just butter up, buttercup, get the fuck over it. What you need to understand is there's actually a good thing in that. Because you need to understand, in anything, if you try something and it doesn't work, that doesn't mean it doesn't work at all. It just means you haven't found the way to make it work. Like, you're missing something. That's what business is. It's just finding something, trying it not working, trying something else, it not working, trying something else, and then it works. So if you're not seeing success outreaching and you're not seeing success getting clients, that doesn't mean what you're doing is wrong. It just means that there's something else you're missing that you could try, and that's actually gonna help you, okay? And in this case, that's the point, right? And I know that because a lot of you aren't succeeding, but I know a lot of people that are succeeding, and they're making more money than they did fucking last year, this year, supposedly, when it's getting more saturated. It's getting more saturated, and these people are making more money. It's like, how the fuck does that make any sense? And the reason is because they're actually good. Like, they're actually good writers. And so because they're good, they're getting all the clients, and they're taking all the money, and they're getting all the benefits of being a writer, because they fucking stand out. You gotta understand, if there's a fucking parade of copywriters, and all of them are shit, and they keep trying to pitch people, all of them, they keep pitching the same people, they're pitching me shit, they're pitching me shit, they're pitching me shit. If one of them comes along, and he isn't shit, he's gonna be the guy that takes the client. It doesn't matter how much outreach he's done, it doesn't matter who he approaches, if he's the best out of the shit bunch, he's the most likely to fucking get the client. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't do loads of outreach. Of course you should. But what I'm saying here is there's so many shit copywriters doing so much shit outreach that when a decent copywriter comes along doing some decent outreach, they get snapped up immediately, because business owners and consultants and fucking influencers have seen so many shit writers. They know what a shit copywriter is now. They know you. They can smell you from a fucking mile away. They see your fucking they see the opening line to your email, the opening line to your fucking subject line, and they're like, nah, shit. And so when a good person comes along, when someone's actually decent at what they do, they stand out. And because they stand out, they get hired. And this is what my agency friends are telling me. Because I'm trying to understand. I'm like, okay, good. You don't want to get any copywriters because they're all shit. What makes people stand out? And they go, to be honest, mate, they're just good. And I think that's the core fundamental principle that most people are missing. They're so fucking orgasmic over getting a client, they don't actually focus on being a good writer first. Does that make sense? Like, you're probably guilty of this. How much time do you spend doing outreach? How much time do you spend learning the skill? Do you know what I mean? You probably spend way more time doing fucking outreach than learning the skill. And that's the crux. Because whenever you do outreach, they see it, and they're like, oh, that's interesting. And then they see what you've done, and it's like you've drooled over the fucking page. It's like you've been writing left-handed. It's like you stuck the fucking pen up your ass and tried to write on the page. It doesn't look good. It looks awful. And so they're not going to hire you. Okay? Now, this reminded me of a principle which I learned when I was trying to be a professional golfer, and it applies to absolutely everything, and I'll give a multitude of examples. But essentially, it goes like this, and it's a quote from a book. I can't remember which one, so who gives a fuck? But essentially, the quote goes, you need to be so good people can't ignore you. You need to be so good people can't ignore you. Essentially saying, you need to be so good at what you do, whatever field it's in, for example, copywriting, that the people that want it literally can't ignore you because of how good you are. I'll give you some examples. I'm a golfer, right? If I want to make money as a golfer, I need to play in competitions. In order to play in competitions, I need to apply to play in those competitions. That's one way. Another way is being so good that scouts find me and they bring me to competitions. And that's the difference between us. Most of you are trying to find competitions. You're trying to find clients. What you should be doing is focusing on being the best. If you're the best, the fucking clients will come to you. When you're the best golfer, in my case, scouts came to me and they dragged my fucking ass to the competition. I remember I spent a summer, I think it was like 2020, 2021. I spent 3-4 weeks in a row trying to find competitions in my local area. And I couldn't get into any of them because I wasn't good enough. And sometimes you can slip in if there isn't enough people in the competition, but I just wasn't fucking good enough. And so I wasn't allowed. And then the next summer, I just spent all my time getting as good as possible. And then through playing shit competitions, there'd be a scout. And at the end of the round, the scout would come up to me and say, right, you're good. I want to fucking give you my card. Are you free at this time? There's a competition. I think you'll be really good in it. I did no fucking outreach to go find competitions. I did none of that. I just tried to become the best. And then the fucking results came to me. And that's the fucking case of the matter. Everyone that gets paid the big bucks is simply the best. Think of the best sports stars. They literally are the best, and that's why they get paid the most. Think of the best musicians. They are the best. Maybe not the best example, since musicians are usually run by the Hollywood pedophile elite, but think of anyone that's the best at something. They just get handed out all the opportunities because they're the best. Okay? And it's the same here. Bro, I'll give you an example now. Literally, I know a guy, I'll say this, I know a guy, okay, like, he gets women, like, I've never seen a dude get women in my life. Like, okay, I do all right, but this guy, like, it's like fucking, he's got heroin attached to his fucking mustache or something. Like, it's crazy. And I was like, well, what do you do? Like, this is crazy. Because he doesn't, like, fucking chat girls up or anything. And he was just like, I don't know, man, but like, you know, I fuck a girl, and then like after a couple of weeks, like girls just start hitting me up out of nowhere, like in my DMs. And I'm like, that's really weird. Anyway, we started talking about it, and after like a week or 2 weeks of investigating, we came to the conclusion that the reason he was getting so many fucking girls was because he was just fucking them like no one else fucked them before. Like, he was laying dick like a fucking concrete business owner in China was laying roads in the fucking Industrial Revolution. And what would happen is, he'd fuck these girls so good, better than they've ever been fucked in their whole lives. Do you want to know what girls do when they've been fucked like they've never been fucked in their entire lives? They tell all their friends. All of them. And so what would happen is he'd fuck this girl. For whatever reason, they'd stop talking. She's told all her friends about him. They've stalked the fuck out of him on Instagram. And then once they're no longer speaking, all her friends start popping up. Like fucking mosquitoes. Like, hi, you don't know me. I'm friends with He didn't have to fucking talk to them. He didn't even know who they were. They come into his DMs ready to get fucked. Ready for what he wants. Why? Because he was simply the best. He did no outreach. He didn't approach anyone. He didn't cold DM them. He didn't fucking reach out to them on fucking dating apps. Nothing. He didn't buy them a drink. He was just the best. And they came to him. And if you can extrapolate this to all other areas of life, you're gonna figure out very fucking quickly, if you wanna get the best results, you just need to be the best. You just need to be better. If you can just be better, in and of itself, the results are gonna come naturally. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense, okay? Because in this case, being good leads to results for your clients. So if you're a good copywriter, you're gonna get results for your clients. And because you get results for your clients, they're gonna want to tell you about their friends. And you're gonna get them clients too. And because you get more clients and more clients, you can then rise your prices and you'll make more money. This is how it works, okay? I've spoken about this before. This is how it fucking works, all right? You get a client. Client sells fucking hats, okay? You get a client. Client sells hats. You write emails. They make double the sales on their hats, okay? They have a friend that sells t-shirts. And he goes to his friend that sells t-shirts. Hey, listen, I've got a guy that does email marketing like no one I've ever fucking seen before. He's doubled my prices. I want to show you him. And they'll do that because if you do good work for him, that makes him look good. And then his friend will be like, damn, that copywriter you gave me, he was amazing too. Wow, you really find the best marketers. You really find the best people to write emails. You're so talented at finding talent. That makes him feel good. And then you'll get results for him as well. And then he'll tell someone else. And then because you've got all these fucking clients, you can then raise your prices by proxy because you've got more options now. You know, you can take less shit on sales calls. Oh, that's $1,000. Nope, $2,000 or I'm not doing it. They're gonna be like, what? The first fucking person that's refused money on a sales call. No, I want more. Because you have so many fucking people that want your work because you're the best. And it all comes down to being the best, which is what everyone's missing. You're so fucking focused on trying to get clients. If you were just the best, the clients would come to you. You're so fucking focused on getting girls. If you just fucked them like no one else fucked them, her friends would all come to you by proxy. That's how it works, okay? And all of you are fucking leaving this out, right? All of you. Literally every single one. Like, I figured this out literally as I was talking to my friend Luke, and I was like, why is this happening? And I have seen some of your outreach, and it's good. But then I've seen some of your copy, and it looks like a dog has wanked over the page. It's fucking horrendous. And until you get that up, you're not, like, do you even think you're worth being paid enough? Like, do you read your copy and think, yeah, I'm good enough to get paid? Like, in most jobs, you need to go to uni for 3 years. 3 years to be worth fucking £1,800 a month. You think you can just learn for fucking 1 week as a copywriter on and off and then get paid $3,000 a month? You need to be better, okay? Which is why for the next few videos I make, they're all gonna be how to write better copy, okay? In fact, I don't want to plug, but fuck it. With my mentees, what I do is we have a structure. So if you become a mentee of mine, we don't do outreach for fucking 3 weeks because until you're good enough to write, I don't even let you do outreach because if you get a client and you're not good enough at writing, you'll lose them. So we spend the first fucking 2-3 weeks nailing your copy line by line. And once I think you're good enough, then we begin outreach. And lo and behold, they start signing clients like fucking putting stickers on a child at a fair. It's just like bang, bang, bang. Like it's so fucking easy. So it's coming down to literally being the best, okay? Now, it says here, think of a real world example. I already thought of one. I think that fucking girls one was pretty good. Can I think of another one? Actually, no, fuck it. I've thought of two. I thought of the golf one, and I thought of the fucking girls one. Actually, no, I'll do another one. My dad's a musician, right? He can either go around every single pub, every single gig site in London, and be like, hi, I want to be a musician I want to play gigs for you, I play guitar, etc., etc., etc. Or he can just focus on being the best guitarist possible, and the people that watch his gigs will post his stuff online, and then people will reach out to him and say, come to our gigs. Which is what he does, because he's fucking amazing. okay? He's like the best country singer in the UK, right? That's what he does. And all because he was just the best. Please understand, does this make sense? Like, you're focusing all your efforts in the wrong place. Like, yeah, outreach is important, but it's not important if the fucking thing you're delivering is shit. So, yeah, please focus on being better, all right? Now, another example to fucking back up my point. I was on, I won't say who. Fuck. Wisdom tooth. I won't say who, but I was on a mentoring call. So a few weeks ago, I spent 25 grand, trying to get mentored by a copywriter, one of the best copywriters in the world, because I want to get better. You fuckers are lucky. I paid 25 grand to learn what I'm teaching you for free, so fucking subscribe. And I was talking to him about how to get better, how to, charge more, etc. And then as he was telling me a story, he quite under the carpetly randomly said, yeah, so like, you can write emails for this much. Personally, unless you pay me 100 grand, I don't write an email. And I was like, what? He was like, yeah. I was like, you charge 100 grand for an email? And he was like, yeah. And I tell you now, in that moment, I was looking at my screen on Zoom, and I felt like the fucking universe didn't feel real. Do you have those moments where like your peripheral vision just goes for a fucking walk? It's just like, what the fuck? And I was looking at him, I was like, $100,000 for one email, not even a month, one fucking email. You're lucky if you're getting 5 grand for a month of emails. This dude's charging 100 grand for fucking 300 words on a page. And that, again, brought it home to me. And I was like, do you think this dude fucking figured out the best way to do outreach? Do you think he was just like hammering the fucking outreach methods like a rabid dog? No. Do you think he got to the position he's in just by doing more outreach than everyone? No. What did he do? He figured out a way to become the best copywriter in the world, and then he can charge more. And that's what he did. 100 fucking grand for one email. Can you even understand how fucking insane that is? He makes more than literally every single footballer on the world. If he wrote an email a fucking hour, he would be the richest man in the world. And that's what he charges for emails. And people pay him that much. And that put it in perspective to me. I was like, you just got to be better. Like, that is the key. You just need to be better. You're scrounging over $100 for a month to write fucking 31 emails. This dude's charging 100 grand for one fucking email. Can you see the levels here? And it blew my mind. And I was like, that's the key. You just need to be the best, because if you're the best, the results are going to come inadvertently, even if you want them or not. That guy that was fucking girls, he can't help fuck girls the best. He can't help it. It's just like, the real ones understand. You just fuck it. It's what it is. So you can't help it. And then you just get an endless flows in. And when you're the best, it's the exact same scenario. Okay? That's the difference. He didn't know how to do the best outreach. He just knew how to lay fucking heat on the page whenever he wrote. And that's why he's the best in the world. And that's why he gets paid the most. Okay? So the solution is to basically focus on the craft, and the structures will come. Focus on being the best, because if you become the best, or at least try to be better, then the clients you do outreach to are gonna see it. And I'm telling you now, it goes a lot further than you think. My mentees, bang, 2 weeks I'll get a client. I guarantee it. Because their copy is so much fucking better than all the shit munchers that's reaching out to everyone else. Okay? Stop focusing on fucking skyscrapers, okay? Focus on putting a fucking triangle together next to another triangle, and before you know it, you've got a triangle skyscraper, all right? You need to focus on being the best. Focus on the actual copy itself. Focus on the skill, because the better you are and the more skilled you are, the more leverage you have to get paid more. And you will get paid more because you'll bring better results. The reason he gets paid 100 grand is because he brings in companies millions of dollars. The reason that dude gets a harem of girls in his DMs is because he makes that girl orgasm 8 times in one fucking session, okay? He's the best, and so he gets the best because he brings the best results, okay? Some of you fuckers watching are like, 8 orgasms in one sitting? I can't even make my girl orgasm once. Trust me. Possible, okay? So, some things you can do. Like I said, I'm gonna make loads of videos actually writing good copy, so fucking pay attention. But some things you can do straight away. So, number 1, write 30 emails. I don't know how many you've written, I guarantee 90% of you haven't written 30. And I say 30 because it's a sweet number. It's enough emails for you to be good enough, in my opinion, to start actually being eligible to get paid. But secondly, it's a retard-proof number, okay? And it also filters out a load of the shit munchers, the time wasters. I'll say 30 emails, and you'll be like, yeah, that's easy. Write 30 emails, 30 proper emails. A lot of you are gonna quit. You're gonna be like, nah, fuck this, it's boring. Good. That's why I said 30 and not 3, you fucking wanker. I said 30 because that's a good number to see how disciplined you are as a person. Okay, so it's to 1, make sure that your skills are adequate, and 2, to make sure that you're actually the kind of person that's gonna succeed. 20 isn't that much, that's just 10 times 2, obviously. 30 is a bit more, obviously, but it's a number I've seen from my experience. Just fucking listen to me, okay? Like, I know this shit, all right? Number 2, implement something new into every email. Now, I say this to people all the time because I see it all the time go wrong. When you're getting better at something, and I've said this in my deliberate practice video because it's what I preach and it's how I got good at basically everything I've ever done, you need to implement something new into every single email. What I mean is, you need to try something new every single time you open a Google Doc. Every time you open your laptop and close Pornhub and open a Google Doc, you need to try and write something you've never written before. Okay? So, for example, write one email using DIC, write another email using a different template. The next email, get your phone out, put a timer on for 10 minutes and try write an email in 10 minutes. The next time you do it, fucking write an email and then cut it in half and try and write the same email without it being shit in half the words. What I mean by that is, stop writing the same fucking email 10 times in a row. That isn't how you get good at things. That isn't how this dude charged 100 grand for a fucking email. That isn't how my mate made girls have 17 orgasms in fucking 1 hour, okay? He probably tried loads of shit until he found out what worked. This dude probably wrote loads of different things until he found out what worked, okay? And he accumulated all these skills, and now he has an absolute artillery of skills to use on the page at any time, okay? So try new shit all the time. Repeating what you can already do doesn't mean you're getting better. It's lazy. Okay? My fucking 7-year-old cousin can write the same page fucking 15 times, okay? He can't do it 15 different ways, and that's how you get better, all right? And like I said, try something new, and try something you can't do. Like, I'm serious, like, look at copy and try and implement something you can't do, which I know is scary because you don't have to do it, right? Good, that's how you get better. That's literally called adapting. Okay? Your brain will figure it out. You're not a fucking monkey. Okay, you can do it. It just requires a bit of discipline. And after you've done it a couple of times, you'll get the click, your brain will figure it out, and you'll be a better writer. And if you do that, I did this every single day. I did this every single day. I would wake up and listen to podcasts. Whenever I heard something new or something intriguing that I hadn't tried before, I'd write it in my notes app, and then the next day I'd try that in an email. And I'll just repeat that cycle for fucking 30 days straight. Every day I was trying something new in an email. 30 different days, 30 different things I was trying. No wonder I got so fucking good so fucking quickly. That's why some of you retards are writing the same email 30 times and then wondering why you don't get any clients. Because you're shit. Alright? So try something new every single day. Like I said, deliberate practice. And then number 3, analyze great copy. So it's as much writing as it is seeing what's good. Obviously there's another level to that, which is getting marked, but unless you have a mentor, you can't get your copy marked. Analyze great copy, okay? So that means study sales pages. Go onto fucking swipe.co or type in copywriting sales page and click the first PDF that comes up. Read it, analyze. I do this 4 times a week, I will literally open up a fucking document, a sales page that made $50 million, and I'll analyze it line by line. I'm like, he did this because of this, and this means this, and this means this, and this did that. And I'll fucking go through it line by line, autistically. That's how you get better. You analyze the best, okay? When I was a golfer, I'd analyze pro swings. How did they feel? What did they do? What did they feel like a position? What were they at P1 and P2 and P3 and P4 and P5 and P6? How did they finish? What were they thinking? What was their mind like? I was analyzing the best because that's how you become the best, okay? And fuck it, rewrite the thing. Like, I'm not an advocate for handwriting copy. I don't think you need to do that, but it can help to know what it's like to write copy that you know has made $50 million. Like, it is one of those things you have to kind of try for yourself. Get a fucking blank document, go onto the internet, find a PDF that's done a fucking $50 million, find a sales page, and then just read it, write the line, read it, write the line, read it, write the line. And then before you know it, you've written like a $50 million page, a sales letter. And like, it doesn't do much, but it's just like, holy shit, this is what it's like to write that kind of copy. And I do that to this day sometimes. I'll just see an amazing sales letter, bang, put it on the page. Now I feel like I've written it, I feel better, and you can do the same, okay? And the reason I bring this up, the whole reason because of this video is because I've probably done the math. In the last week or so, I've kind of nailed it down. 50% of the time, please listen to this, write this down to piss you off. 50% of the time, you're losing a client due to pure skill. Pure skill. It isn't your outreach method was shit. It isn't you looked fucking ugly on camera. It isn't that they didn't need it. They didn't need a copywriter. I reckon 50% of the time, because everyone's a fucking idiot. They all need copywriters. 50% of the time, it is simply because you are not good enough. Your skills lack the payment you want. And that's a controllable factor. Okay, outreach, it's a bit of a wishy-washy one. Yeah, with volume you can fix it, you can negate that. Like, not everyone needs a copywriter. They don't actually need it. So you can't really control that. But skill's fucking controllable. You can decide to try and write copy 10 hours a day and get better at it. That's a controllable skill. And so you need to understand that 50% of the time when you're not getting clients, you could have had that client had you just been better. And that's a controllable skill, which should equally piss you off as much as it gives you some comfort. Like, piss you off because, fuck, I'm a retard. But give you confidence because, okay, that means I can do something about it. All right? Also, this does something insane for your confidence. I'll give you an example, right? So, don't lie to me, okay? You have done outreach to clients knowing full fucking well you are in no position to write for them. Like, they are so far above your pay grade, but somehow they've replied to you because my outreach method is amazing. And somehow you're on a sales call with them. But like in the back of your mind, you're like, there is no way I'm good enough to write for this guy. And you know it. And because you know it, people can see it and it shows. The difference is when you're actually good at writing, when you're actually capable, this is why I do it with my mentees. I make sure they're good before they do outreach. When you're actually fucking good, people see it. From the outreach you send, it just feels more authentic. To the sales calls you have, you genuinely feel like you can do something they need. You feel like you know what you're doing. You feel arrogant enough for them to believe you. And the work you do is actually good. You're turning it around quickly. You're not having any hesitations when they ask you to do work because you actually know what to do. I've been there. I've had clients where I wasn't good enough to write for them and I managed to pull it off with fucking charisma and bullshit. And in the back of my mind, I knew I wasn't good enough. On the sales call, I was nervous. When I was writing their copy, I didn't know if it was good enough. I was having to send them revisions every fucking day. When you're actually good enough, it's so fucking obvious. I'll give you an example. Go out. What day is it today? Tuesday, this Friday, go out, okay? Now, I don't know your dating life, I don't know what you look like, go out. Approach the hottest girl in the club, okay? I guarantee she's so fucking far out your league that you couldn't reach her if you want a step ladder that had infinite steps. Anyway, go out, go talk to her, try and flirt with her, try and lay some game on her. I guarantee you are not gonna close because she can see you are not the kind of man that deserves to be with her. And you know this is true. You know this is fucking true. If you go up to a girl that you know is way too hot for you, you're gonna be stumbling over your fucking feet, mumbling over your own words, not knowing what to say, okay? And then 20 minutes later, you'll go up to a fucking troll in the fucking back of the club, and you'll be Mr. Smooth. Walk up, hey baby, what's up? Bang, pirouette, kiss on the fucking forehead, get the number, bang, take her home, fuck her. Same person, different fucking result, different fucking objective, because you know you're not good enough for this, and it shows. And you know you are good enough for that, and so it shows. So if you want to be good enough for that, you need to feel like you're good enough. Does that make sense? Like, you need to feel like you are man enough to be eligible for that girl. Okay, and it's the same here. You need to feel eligible enough to write copy for these people, and it will show. It will fucking show. You can tell when someone's nervous. I get people pitching me all the time for random shit that I don't ever need, but I listen to them because it's good to listen to people, and they'll pitch me, and I know if they can do what they want. Hi, I'll run your ads. Okay, cool. They just shit themselves. I can tell you don't know what you're talking about. Okay, you've just outreached for the fucking hell of it, because you want money, but you're not actually good enough yet. And then I get on calls with some people and I can actually tell. They're like, right, this is what we're gonna do. Listen up, bang, I'm gonna do this. He knows, he's confident in himself, he understands it, okay? That's the difference, all right? That's why you need to be the best, that's why you need to be good. It's gonna leak into fucking everything you do, okay? And yeah, that's basically it, okay? So, like I said, the best way to start getting more clients is to basically make sure the clients you're reaching out to, you have a 50% higher chance of obtaining, and the way you're gonna do that is by being better at writing, okay? In order to get better at writing, number one, obviously you need to write 30 emails, super important, okay? It's a good number. Once you've written 30, I don't know you personally, because you're not a mentee, but I know you as a human being. 30 is enough. Once you've done 30, make sure that you analyze your copy, okay? And analyze better copy, all right? Because if you analyze other people's, then you'll see what's good and that'll make you better. And thirdly, or was that secondly? Thirdly, you need to, what's the third thing? Oh yeah, try something new every single day, okay? So every single day, implement something new, something you can't do, okay? And I'm telling you now, please listen to me because I have done this. I've been where you are and I am where you want to be. If you focus 70% of your time on being a better writer and 30% of your time on outreach, you are going to get 70% more clients than you currently do right now. I guarantee it. I'm telling you now, because my friend like Luke, I've got 20 others and they all run agencies and they all, bro, fucking, I get my phone out, but I get messages from these people and they're like, I need a copywriter. And I'll send them one and they're like, yeah, it's not good enough. And I'm just like, you would have had a client. You would have had a fucking client. I've given you a client on a fucking porcelain cap plate and you couldn't get it because you weren't good enough. I've lost clients because I wasn't good enough. I've never lost a client because I was too good at writing. And you will never lose a client because you're too good at writing, okay? And sometimes it isn't about how many fish you can shoot, it's how many fish you can shoot and kill. Or is it birds? Whatever, okay? One of the two. And the best way to do that is to make sure that you are